Hello students, we'll start with the fifth problem in convolution theorem type 2 problem. So the question is, find the L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4s plus 13 the whole square by using the convolution theorem. Now convolution theorem means you are going to go with two functions. You are required with f of s and g of s. So to start, I will try to split the denominator bracket into two brackets. Numerator at least having 1, so keep that 1 as it is and split the denominator brackets into two brackets. So hence splitting up the functions will get f of s as 1 upon this bracket and g of s 1 upon this bracket, that is s square plus 4s plus 13. G of s is 1 upon s square plus 4s plus 13. I told you, once if you have f of s and g of s, go to find what is f of t and g of t. So to find f of t, definition is L inverse of f of s. That means L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4s plus 13. Similarly, g of t is L inverse of g of s. That is g of t is equals to L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4s plus 13. Now we have to find the L inverse. So if you observe, in the denominator we are having a quadratic equation in both the terms. Those are same function. So I'll solve in common this, which is not a perfect square. To find the L inverse, there is no standard result of such kind. So we have to go with the previous videos what we have gone with the concepts, that is completing the square method. So since it is not a perfect square, so how to make it as a perfect square? So consider the denominator. What is the denominator? It is s square plus 4s plus 13. So I will try to split it into a plus b format. Now here s square plus 4, I will write it as 2 into s. 13 I will write it as it is. This is as good as a square plus 2ab plus b square and minus b square is not there. B is how much? 2. So 2 square and minus 2 square is not there. So we'll add plus 2 square and minus 2 square and plus 13, you write it as it is. So s square plus 2 into s into 2 plus 2 square, I'll keep it as it is. 2 square it is 4 and 13 as it is. I will combine this term. I will keep it as it is and I will simplify minus 4 plus 13. It is 9. I will write this as a plus b the whole square plus 9. So 9 can be written as 3 square. This is the simplification of s square plus 4s plus 13. Now in the numerator at least there is 1 only, so need not to worry. So directly we will go with now f of t and g of t. As we know, f of t is L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4s plus 13. Now what is s square plus 4s plus 13 we are having? It is s plus 2 the whole square plus 3 square. So it is 1 upon s plus 2 the whole square plus 3 square. Yes is s plus 2 the whole square, it has come, means the signal has got shifted. So we will apply for the first shifting property as e raised to minus 2t. L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 3 square. E raised to minus 2t, you keep it as it is. This is the L inverse of 1 upon s square plus a square, that is sin at upon a. Hence, if you get f of t, find what is f of u. Just replace a t by u. So it is e raised to minus 2u into sin of 3u upon 3. This is about f of u. Similarly, we will go for g of t. G of t is L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4s plus 13. The same term is there. So substitute this only over here. So signal has got shifted with s plus 2. So write it as e raised to minus 2t. L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 3 square. That is e raised to minus 2t. It is again sin 3t upon 3. I want g of t minus u. You have got g of t. So just replace t by t minus u. So e raised to minus 2 into t minus u, sin of 3 into t minus u upon 3. Multiply this 2 inside. So e raised to minus 2t, minus of minus it is plus 2u into sin of 3t minus 3u upon 3. Once we get f of u and g of t minus u, now consider for convolution theorem. What is the convolution theorem stated? It is L inverse of f of s into g of s is equals to integral u equals to 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u du. What is f of s? What is g of s? You are having substitute here. Integral u equals to 0 to t as it is. You are having f of u. It is e raised to minus 2u sin 3u upon 3. G of t minus u is e raised to minus 2t plus 2u into sin of 3t minus 3u upon 3 du. So e raised to minus 2u sin 3u upon 3, I'll keep it as it is. I'll try to split this e to e raised to, so it will become e raised to minus 2t into e raised to 2u into sin of 3t minus 3u upon 3 du will remain as it is. Bases are same, powers get added. So e raised to minus 2u into e raised to 2u will become here e raised to 0, that is 1. And e raised to minus 2t is acting as a constant with respect to u. So remove it outside the integral sign. This 3 and this 3 will become 9. So 1 by 9 e raised to minus 2t will remain outside. Inside remains is sin 3u into sin 3t minus 3u du. We need to integrate. Now how to integrate this function? If you observe here, it is a product of two trigonometric functions. We cannot apply Bernoulli's rule nor integration by parts. Why? Because both the functions are trigonometric functions. So to start, again I have to apply for the transformation formulae. What are the transformation formulae given by? It is sin A into sin B. What is sin A into sin B formula given? It is minus 1 by 2 cos of A plus B minus cos of A minus B. Now what is a A? It is 3u. B is 3t minus 3u. Hence substituting here minus 1 by 2 cos of 3u plus 3t minus 3u minus cos of 3u minus b is there, so this becomes minus 3t plus 3u. Hence simplifying, 3u and minus 3u will get cancelled, so I am remained with cos 3t. 3u plus 3u, it will become 6u minus 3t. Hence here substituting this quantity over here in the first bracket, that is e raised to minus 2t upon 9 will remain as it is. Integral sin u equals to 0 to t as it is. This quantity I will replace it as 1 by 2 cos of 3t minus cos of 6u minus 3t du. Bringing this 1 by 2 outside, so e raised to minus 2t upon 18 integral cos 3t minus cos 6u minus 3t du. Now I have to integrate separately because minus sign is there. So integration of cos 3t with respect to u, when we are talking, cos 3t is acting as a constant. So once if it comes out, the function to be integrated is 1. And what is the integration of 1 with respect to u? It is u. So answer is cos 3t into u minus integration of cos is sin u. Now whatever the coefficient of u is there must come in the denominator. So it is sin of 6u minus 3t upon 6. Limits ranging from u equals to 0 to t. Now substitute the upper limit minus the lower limit. What is the upper limit? T. So where all u is there, substitute t. So this becomes cos 3t into t minus here t, 6t minus 3t, it will become 3t. So sin of 3t upon 6. Okay, next. Minus, lower limit is 0. 0 into anything is 0. Minus, here 0. So sin of minus 3t upon 6. T cos 3t as it is. Minus sin 3t upon 6 as it is. Sin of minus theta is how much? Minus sin theta. So that minus and this minus will make it plus. Plus into minus is minus. Sin 3t upon 6. Hence e raised to minus 2t upon 18 into t cos 3t will remain because these two quantities will get cancelled. Once we get cancelled, we remain with e raised to minus 2t into t cos 3t upon 18. Hence, this is the L inverse of the given function by convolution theorem. Thank you.